This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:52, time to get you ready to take on your Monday in today's morning sprint.
Sydney Charles has the latest details from the Middle East as Israel's war with Hamas continues.
And Mark is tracking some patchy fog and cloudy conditions for your Monday forecast.
But let's get right to some breaking news. Two drivers involved in a collision last night on eastbound I-90 are now facing charges, one of them for a hit and run. The crash happened last night just before 9:30. Washington State Patrol says a car driven by 50-year-old Amy Morfitt crashed into the back of another car near the Salnave exit. She ended up injured and in a ditch and is now being charged with a DUI. But the person she hit drove off without leaving identification. They are now wanted for felony hit and run. If you know anything about that crash or the whereabouts of the driver, here's the number to call for Crime Check, 509-456-2233.
As we take a look at our First Alert weather, and of course, the First Alert weather app is free and available. It's a cool start. Liberty Lake, you're at 28, 27 to Spirit Lake, 28 into Cheney. We have areas of some low clouds and a little bit of light fog. So again, just a little extra time today is going to make all the difference. Sunshine this afternoon, a high of 40, and then getting into the 20s overnight as we have partly cloudy conditions.
Well, it's officially Thanksgiving travel season at the Spokane Airport. And according to airport officials, more than 136,000 people are scheduled to arrive and depart from the airport this week. That's the most people since 2017. This coming Wednesday and the Sunday after Thanksgiving will be the busiest travel days, with 130 flights scheduled to arrive and depart each day. Now, in the terms of time, traffic for those departing will peak between 5 and 7 a.m. every day. And if you're picking up a loved one at the airport, expect the busiest traffic around noon and again between 8 and 10 p.m. And if you're the one flying out, you'll want to get to the airport at least 2 hours before boarding. For more holiday travel tips, you can head on over to our website, KXLY.com.
If you and your family are opting to hit the road instead of the skies for the holidays, we have some good news. Gas prices are expected to hit a 3-year low. AAA says over the past 2 months, the current national average price of a regular gas is down 55 cents to $3.33 a gallon. If prices hold near these current levels, that equates to the cheapest nationwide gas price on Thanksgiving Day since 2020. But don't expect to pay anywhere near that here in the Inland Northwest. In Spokane County, we're paying about $4.24 a gallon. Kootenai County, you'll pay around $3.82.
We have a consumer alert to consider before baking that pumpkin pie this week. The FDA is screening shipments of cinnamon from other countries for possible lead contamination. A number of reported illnesses are linked to that potential lead contamination in recalled cinnamon-flavored fruit and applesauce pouches that spurred the screening. The FDA says it believes the cinnamon may be the source of that contamination.
Another consumer alert, Honda recalling nearly 250,000 cars because of a rod in the engine that could cause the vehicle to stall or run improperly. Recalled vehicles include models made by both Acura and Honda. Notification letters are expected to go out to owners in January.
And this morning, negotiators are reportedly closer to an agreement with Hamas to release more hostages in exchange for Israel allowing more aid into Gaza. Now, the number of hostages set to be released and the length of the ceasefire that would be imposed are still being negotiated. According to Israeli officials, Hamas has abducted about 240 people, including some Americans, during the October 7th attacks. Pressure is now growing on Israel's prime minister to reach a deal for their return. And now this comes as Israel's military has released new video and still images. It says show Hamas fighters bringing people into Gaza's largest hospital on October 7th. The latest details on that new video release from officials is coming up next on Good Morning America.
Today, a high-stakes hearing over gag order constitutionality in the Donald Trump case. The former president is appealing an order that was placed on him in the federal elections subversion criminal case. Now, last month, a federal judge in Washington, D.C. issued that order restricting Trump's ability to target court personnel, potential witnesses, special counsel Jack Smith, and his staff. Prosecutors argue that these attacks could endanger some people close to the case.
Programming reminder, it's time for another Monday Night Football matchup. Tune in right here at 5 o'clock this evening for a battle of the first place teams as the Eagles take on the Chiefs. You can catch Derek Dice for special editions of 4 News Now before the game at 3 and 4, then right after the game is over. Kirsten won't be with him. She's on maternity leave. Back with weather right after this.